After 3-hour autolyse, the dough is delightfully stretchy. Look at this. This will be pretty easy to work with. And our starter is fluffy and grown, and look at this. It's very important that when you incorporate the starter, you do it evenly, not only because you don't want any lumps of just rock solid dough in your bread, but also because at this stage is when you develop even more dough strength by properly working the dough. So this is how I do it. First off, you see of course that the starter is much more liquid, so it keeps running around. So I seal it in by lifting the sides of the dough and having the starter kind of sealed inside. And one more round. Okay, now digging my hand in the middle of the dough, grabbing the rest with my thumb, what I do is I lift it, let it fall, and then do this again in a quick motion like this. And then I roll the bowl as I go so that I kind of do this around. At some point the dough will get flexible enough and it will be mixed in enough that I will mostly be working with my 4 fingers kind of underneath the dough, rolling it like that. Somebody in the comments previously said that this looks like the imitation of a bread making machine or like a dough mixing machine. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe the machine was trying to imitate human hands, but if you know how a machine works, try to think of it that way. So once again, hand underneath, these kind of rolling motions. This is kind of a workout and you will want to quit and say, okay, I think I'm done now. The way to know that you are not yet done is if you still feel warm, wet starter. You'll learn to develop a feel for it because all of your dough of course is wet and is warmish, but you will feel with your fingers the difference when you're hitting just unincorporated starter. And when you don't feel any difference between wetness and between different temperatures with your hand is when your dough is incorporated. So keep working. Okay, I am done now. I will just again lift the sides up. Also, while you're working the dough, make sure that you get all the way to the middle of the bottom, not just around it. And this kind of helps you make sure that you got everywhere. Okay. This is it for now. I'm leaving it for another 30 minutes and then we'll come back and add in the salt.